And people say television shows not educational. Animated televisions are not educational. Time Squad. Boy, oh boy, did I ever love this show. This is one of these shows where I was like, it was a show that was just weird and fucking good at the same. It was a science fiction comedy superhero show, but man, did it tell history. It really did not. It told its own history in a way, but it was just funny as fuck. Now, the show only has 26 episodes, but 53 segments, which is 11 minutes, and that's what we got. Um, I'm gonna try to get that intro though. I really am. Um, so the show is about. I'm gonna set it in a nutshell. The show is set 100,000 years AD on a satellite which is orbit Earth. This future Earth is never visited directly through. It's referred in dialogue as a peaceful utopia where there are no longer any problems to solve. All nations of the world have merged into one, according to them. No wars, no pollution, and bacon is good for your heart. Oh my god, that's so Time Squad. Despite the cheerful vision of the future, the space station on which the characters live and from which they travel to the past, remarkable, is feature a shooting range of prisons repeat offenders, but it dank outdated for the time, unclean, mostly sims to down to Officer Buck, voiced by Rob Paulson. I mean, he's at this time he was everywhere. Mature bachelor who nevertheless happens to be stationed most seniors officials. The only officer official member of Buck's unit is Larry 3000. Mark Hamill voiced him, which he did a great job. I didn't even know it was him. However, when they encounter Otto, a 8-year-old orphan who happens to be a history genius from the 21st century, he's quickly recruited and added to the team. Otto is shown to be the only one of the team with enthusiasm and completion for the job. The problem is neither of the other two are particularly willing to listen to his advice, and he must often resort to trickery to make sure the mission is completed. Time Squad organization set up to ensure that the history maintains in the future protect. According to Larry 3000, time is like a rope, and as it is wooved at one end, ages and generally unravels and flaws at the other. In the context of the show, this often means historical figures have made different sometimes choices in life, so see free will and such will not be able to fulfill the role in history, says the fulfilling example of Henry Ford didn't invent the automotive's symbol line due to hostile to dodo birds that never became existed. According to creator Dave Walson, we started to basically knowing what a guy did in history, then found the most outlandish way he could go wrong. This show was smart for its fucking time. Holy shit. When I first saw this show when I was a kid, I loved it for the designs, for the voice work, and also I loved it for just being different. But when I really got older and I really, really sat there and really digest this show was smart for its time. It educated you about history, and also it was just a good way for education. And the way he did it, like if you hear him, like I said, according to the creator, Dave Watson, we started basically knowing what a guy did in history, then found the most outlandish. It was outlandish. Like, for example, one minute George Washington could be, oh, I'm getting ready to sign a bill or something like that. Then he's like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like signing a bill. I just want to be a singing actress or a dodo bird or something like that. It was weird as fuck, but it was funny at the same time. What could go wrong? And that's what it would go wrong. And I loved the fuck out of it. The main character was Otto. He was a smart kid from the 21st century. He knew his history, so that's why they got him. There was another episode how they got him, but it was still cool. Larry 3000, voiced by Mark Hamill, did a great job. It's pretty much the smart robot there. He keeps staying in order to maintain the space station and, you know, go back in time. And Buck, he is what he is. It from so here's how many people they had. They had King Troy, Clint Eastwood, Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Christopher Columbus, which, you know, back then, George W. Bush. They had George W. Bush, I think his father. not the whatchamacallit. They had Julius Caesar. They had John Adams. They had, I'm giving you guys, it's Jack the Ripper. They had Leonardo da Vinci. They had Lady Godiva. They had William Shakespeare. They had Thomas Jefferson. They did have George Washington. I'm looking for George Washington, George W. Bush. These are just names that you might know from history and stuff like that. But they had everybody. They had two seasons, season 1 and season 2. Season 1 had 27 segments, segment equals out to 13 episodes. Season 2 had 13 segments, equals out to 26 segments, which is weird as fuck how that's happened. But yeah, this show was really it was fucking good. It almost won awards. It really was winning awards for outstanding production, character design. Like I said, the character designs really got me into this show. It was just a fantastic show. I mean, it was one of those shows that people do forget about. I mean, I'm bringing up to them, like, what was that? Like, they don't know about it because it's just, Cartoon Network really don't air it no more. They never air it. Like, I mean, it was weird because I remember when did it air on Boomerang? They didn't air on Boomerang. They only aired on Cartoon Network. They never aired it on Boomerang. They never aired it nowhere else. Just they aired it on Cartoon Network. Once this run was over, it was done. We never saw it again. And I was like, dude, that was a good show. And it was very historical and very, you know, it was different. You know what I'm saying? And I really wish Cartoon Network would do stuff like that again. Just outlandish stuff, but funny. But they know what it is, but they know what they're trying to do. It was different. And it was successful. You asked me, it was a successful show. However, it didn't garner the ratings, and people do not remember it. It's one of those shows I really admire for what it was doing. I really hate that it didn't get the recognition it deserved. Time Squad was the shit. It was glorious. If you didn't like it, I felt sorry for you. It was a very good show. And it was a show that I kind of learned some history from. Granted, you know, it's like the outlandish shit they did. Of course, they didn't do that, but I just learned some history from it. I mean, from honestly, this show and world history, it really got me into it. And I was like, yeah, this dope. This show is dope. But yeah, that's about it. I want to talk about that. I just say, anyone remember Time Squad? I give you a brief summary of it. I mean, again, it kind of sucked. It never aired on Boomerang. They never aired it on Boomerang. Not once aired it on Boomerang. I recall watching it before the whole rebranding and everything. I'm honest to God. So as always, guys, like and subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys thought of Time Squad. Did you love it? Did you hate it? As always, peace. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Take me away.